What's going on, guys? I'm back for another week of actually not the RPG corner. Shout out to Liv because we did an episode on Slay the Spire, and it got me thinking, what's my favorite roguelike, and how can I share that with you? And is it a game worth your time? And honestly, what I can say is Skul The Hero Slayer is definitely worth your time, and we're going to talk about that today and why it is arguably one of the best roguelikes on the market. When you think of a roguelike, it's eat, sleep, repeat. It's you start off in the dungeon, you go in, you get items, you get stronger, rinse, repeat, fight bosses till you beat the boss, so on and so forth, and keep on going. A lot of them do it well. I'm looking at you, Risk of Rain 2. I'm looking at you, Hades. I'm looking at you, Slay the Spire, which Liv and I talked about. But none of them do it as good as Skul. The gameplay loop of Skul is, like any other roguelike, very straightforward. You're going to start off as this skeleton who's in the demon army, and you're trying to rescue the demon king. Along the way, you have other skulls that are rewards for completing a map and then moving on to the next section, where you can switch from the base skull to the Monkey King. You could switch to an Archmage. You could switch to the Grim Reaper and collect the souls of your enemies. Literally, he does that and gets a lot stronger. Most OP skull in the game. By adding that as your gameplay loop, each and every playthrough is wholly unique and exciting. A lot of them will get very formulaic. Looking at you, Risk of Rain 2, and Hades, and even Slay the Spire, the formulaic play can sometimes get monotonous, and Skul does not do that. Along with its amazing gameplay loop that offers endless hours of infinite possibilities, you have a very charming story that honestly, most other roguelikes can't even touch. I will say, with the exception of Hades, because that story is awesome. Greek mythology, I love it to death. That's my solid number 2 roguelike ever. But this, oh my goodness, the story is just chock full of, I didn't see that coming, I am vested. And for a roguelike to do that, already, Skul is a game you should get. In fact, if you have PlayStation Plus, you can download this for free and see if, I know what I'm saying or I am completely crazy and recommending an awful game. Spoiler alert, this game is great. I'm right. Always. Well, not always. Liv likes to have a few things to say about me and RPGs, so guess what? Not an RPG this week. Aside from the combat, what also helps this game, because I'm going to get back on track with Skul here, is the fact that every playthrough is a different build. You have 3 styles of skull. You have power skulls, which think I'm punching you in the face, a lot of health. You have speed skulls, where your attack speed is through the roof. And then you have balance skulls, which can be a little bit of attack, could be a little bit of magic, because you can deal damage one way or the other. And then with that, you have abilities of every skull that just get enhanced and enhanced and enhanced. You have the items you can also purchase. Think of them like relics. Each item has 2 built-in abilities. It could be treasure, where if you have 2 of these treasure icons, now you get bonus treasure. You could have I believe it's arson, where the more damageable over time flame items you get, the flame can spread to people. It can just rant like an enemy, you defeat it with fire, poof, the other enemies go on fire. On and on and on. And that is what makes Skul really stand out. So with Hades, Risk of Rain 2, even The Binding of Isaac, I'm going to give a shout out to an older one. You do get items. You can get boons from the gods. You can get equipment to enhance your attack, whatever, Risk of Rain 2 style. But it's just repeat. You can do a little bit different build with a different character, but it kind of gets formulaic. And Skul offers you the ability to just dump your formula on its head, because not only can you play as one skull, you can play as 2 through every playthrough. So if you want to be a very tanky power skull and dish out a bunch of physical damage, you can do that. And then say you're going up against enemies where magic might be the key, you just switch over to your magic skull and you get to take advantage of that. And honestly, that's the reason why I wanted to talk about Skull. Is too often gameplay loops, be it roguelike, be it sports games, heck, even my JRPGs, the formula gets really bland and really stale, and it's hard to stay fresh. And I'm going to wholeheartedly admit, I originally purchased this game, as you saw earlier in the episode, on the Switch, way back in 2022. So I've been playing it for quite some time. You can also play it on PC, it's on the Switch, it's on the PlayStation 5. Don't know if it's on Xbox. I really hope it is, because Game Pass, come on, guys. I'm still playing this, and I want you to let that sink in. This year, when I downloaded it on the PlayStation Plus, because I saw it on there, and it had some DLC, shout out for Extra Skulls. They are super fun. You get to be basically Thor, which is really cool. I, on the PlayStation, logged probably another 350 hours in between my big games. It takes a lot for a game to hold your attention that way, and that's honestly the main selling point of Skull, is the fact that it feels fresh. You can finish a run, start to finish, speed run, no speed run, anywhere between 17 to 40 minutes. That's not bad, considering we don't have a lot of time to game anymore as adults. Hey, priorities, work and life, and a roof over our head, if you know what I'm saying. So for a fact that a game that is as addictive as a roguelike, respecting your time, huge selling point. And honestly, I want you all to experience this, because one, I want to know what skulls you guys are using. I want to see what your builds are so we can compare, and maybe I can get further in the game. Oh, which, by the way, replayability, when you beat the game, you unlock the post game, which is the Dark Mirror. Bosses have more health, enemies have evolved to where you're fighting different ones, and you can go up to Dark Mirror 10 if you want the ultimate punishment. It's also the way you will unlock the ultimate skull, which, no spoilers, you have to see for yourself. You don't get this perfection in a box very often, and that's what Skull is. Skull is the definition of an amazing roguelike that you should play. And let me know, did you like it or not? Thank you all so much for watching. I could honestly gush about Skull forever and a day, so I'm going to cut my own self short. Gee, Liv, you're rubbing off on me on myself. This is really weird. Also, horrible phrasing, but we're going to leave this in here because I'm going to poke fun at myself. Let me know what you think. What's your favorite roguelike game? Have you played Skull? If you have, what's your favorite Skull? Let me know in the comments. I really want to know what your thoughts are. And honestly, thank you all so much for listening to me on these last few solo episodes. Liv will be back soon. I can promise you that. And then, we're going to rib each other a little bit, because she's long overdue for not being here. Don't worry. I've got you. I'll hold you down. We can tell who the better host is. So again, thank you so much. You know where to find us on Instagram, TikTok, at The Top Tenor Show. You're watching this video on YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to, oh, hey, you guessed it, The Top Tenor Show. And stay tuned for more single game contents from me. I've got tons of RPGs in my backlog. I have dedicated 10 backlog games a year. So wish me luck on that, because, whoo boy, I don't know if I can complete it. And yeah, again, thank you so much. Liv is going to be back soon. I think maybe for the next episode. Who knows? She might go on vacation again. You might be stuck with me. You'll have to watch and see.